Hi, my name is Hannah Cottle, and I'm a dietetic intern through Lenore University, and I also graduated with a bachelor's degree through Appalachian State University. Today, I wanted to talk with you a little bit about home prepared meals using MyPlate and how to make a healthy meal for you and your toddler at home. During my presentation today, I will start by going over MyPlate and go into each of the 5 food groups. Then I'm going to show you a little demonstration about how to make a MyPlate and what you can do at home to make an easy meal. When you were younger, you may have learned about the food guide pyramid or My Pyramid when you were in school. Now that's changed in 2011 to MyPlate, and they changed to MyPlate to simplify the principles of the previous guidelines. MyPlate does not have such specific guidelines, but it is normally used to serve as a reminder or a guide when making a meal for you and your family. It is also a way to easily incorporate each of the 5 food groups into all of your meals throughout the day, and you can customize your meal or your plate based on the foods that you and your child enjoy. The Head Start program already follows these MyPlate guidelines, so we want to maintain consistency when you're making meals at home and make sure you're incorporating all of these 5 food groups and staying within the same principles that these kids have while they're at school. These 5 food groups include fruit, vegetables, protein, grains, and dairy. The United States Department of Agriculture, or USDA, has developed a child meal pattern which must be provided to all Head Start participants. For breakfast, children aged 3 to 5 must be provided at least 6 fluid ounces of unflavored, low-fat, or fat-free milk, 1/2 cup of vegetables, fruit, or a combination of both, as well as half a slice or serving of whole grain bread or whole grain bread product. They may also be offered 1/4 cup of whole grain rich cereal or cereal grains instead. For lunch and supper, again, the USDA requires components, and for lunch and supper there are 5, including fluid milk, meat or meat alternatives, vegetables, fruit, and grains. And for Head Start age children, 3 to 5 years old, we must provide 6 ounces of milk as unflavored low-fat or fat-free milk, 1 1/2 ounce of lean protein like meat, poultry, fish, as well as cheese, or tofu, soy products, or other alternative protein products. We must serve 1/4 cup of vegetables, 1/4 cup of fruits, and 1/2 a slice or serving of whole grain rich bread or other bread products. Fruit should take up 1/4 of your plate. Vegetables should take up 1/4 of your plate. So fruit and vegetables are going to take up half of your plate when they're combined together. Protein should take up 1/4 of your plate, and you want it to be lean protein sources such as grilled chicken or turkey. And then the other 1/4 of your plate should be grains, and you want to make half of your grains whole grains. Some grains are considered whole, and other grains are refined grains. Whole grains include foods such as whole wheat bread, brown rice, oatmeal, and popcorn, while while refined grains include white bread, white rice, grits, and pretzels. You also want to make sure that you have one serving of dairy at every meal, and dairy includes all different kinds of milk, cheese, and yogurt. Now I'll show you a demonstration about how to make a MyPlate and some of the foods that you can use to make a healthy meal. First, I'm going to talk about fruit, and fruit should be a fourth of your plate every time you make a meal, and it can be fresh, canned, frozen, in the form of 100% fruit juice or dried fruit. Here are some examples that I have for you today. We have some 100% fruit juice, half of a banana is a serving, and then half a cup of applesauce. Whenever you make a plate, if you're using items like these or anything else like strawberries, oranges, make sure they take up a fourth of your plate. You can see each of these servings are going to be equal to 1/4. So now we're going to talk about the vegetable group. And again, you want to choose all kinds of variety of vegetables, fresh, frozen, canned, dried, or 100% vegetable juice like this tomato juice. So for our vegetables, you have 3 different groups. You have your dark green vegetables, your red-orange vegetables, and your starchy vegetables. And each of these servings are going to be 1/4 of your plate as well. It's a fourth of a plate of carrots, a fourth of a plate of tomato juice, have some collard greens or spinach, and broccoli, green beans. Start your starchy vegetables. You really want to watch your quantities of these and make sure you limit them. For example, green peas, fourth of your plate, corn, or a baked potato. Okay, the next group we're going to talk about is the protein group, and again, protein is going to be fourth of your plate. Sources of proteins are going to be your meat, your poultry, seafood, beans and legumes, as well as nuts and seeds. So a fourth of your plate could be meat or beef, some grilled chicken, some salmon, or some pinto or baked beans. So grains are going to be your next food group, and once again they're going to take up 1/4 of your plate. So here are some examples of grains, and grains can come from wheat, rice, oats, cornmeal, barley, or other cereal grains. You could have a slice of bread on your plate to take up a fourth of your plate. This is some like pasta noodles, so if you have spaghetti one night or something, that's the size of your spaghetti that you should have, fourth of your plate. Or other types of pasta like macaroni and cheese. So last but not least is your dairy group. So right here I have a cup of milk, and you want to have a cup of dairy with each meal of the day. Dairy includes things such as milk, of course, any type, 1%, 2%, soy milk, skim milk. It also includes cheese and yogurt are good sources of dairy that you can incorporate into each meal. Learn how to make a MyPlate from all the 5 different food groups that we just talked about. We already have our 1 cup of dairy because we need that at every meal. We're going to make half of our plate fruits and vegetables. So we're going to have a fourth of a plate of applesauce, a fourth of a plate of broccoli for your vegetable group. Then we're going to have 3 ounces of grilled chicken for your protein and 1 slice of whole wheat bread for your. Hopefully now you feel comfortable using MyPlate to make a meal for you and your child. These MyPlate principles can be used for people of all ages. This makes it easy to prepare home-cooked meals for everyone in the family. Using MyPlate also ensures that you and your child are getting the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you need to maintain healthy eating habits throughout your entire life. If you enjoyed today's video and you now feel more comfortable preparing home-cooked meals for you and your family using easy MyPlate guidelines.